All right. All right. Looks like we are live. Lighting's not too good. Let's see if I can get some better lighting here. All right. I don't know how much better that is. Let's sometimes we go like this. Terrible light, terrible light. Okay, well, it is what it is. Welcome to Bitcoin Crypto News Online. Today we are going to look at the charts. We are going to look at the news. We're going to do some price predictions. And let's look at when should we sell our Bitcoin. I say never, but some people need to sell. I've sold a little here and there. I've used it to buy mining equipment for cryptocurrency mining and so on and so forth. So let me just check here at the end if we have some time. I would be open to a chat. So if you happen to catch this live stream, join on board, check it out. Yep, I see. Excuse me, I see it. See if I can pull it up. Sometimes I have to log in as under my other YouTube account to try to see, because I don't have that fancy software. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to go into another account. Yep, always something. Always something. All right, look at the charts. Pretty good. 3.8 trillion dollars. We are somewhat up over the 1 hour. And let me just change this account here. So I will watch this live stream and be prepared to answer questions or whatnot. Let us go here. All right, there it is. Great. Live stream is up. Awesome. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Sorry about that. Always a technical challenge. Snowing right now where I'm at, so the connection could be a little sketchy, but so far so good. Bitcoin maintaining 100,000, pretty good. Let's just go over the news. We'll come back and revisit Bitcoin and the charts a little bit. But as you can see, it's kind of a mixed day. A little bit of green here. We've got in significance, in order of significance for coins, we got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano in top 10. Then 11 up is Tron, Avalanche, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, Toncoin, Sui doing real good at 14% over the week. Yeah, that seems to be the highest gainer of these top 15 or so. Followed by Polkadot, which is really down, which is a shame. They got a lot going on. I'm surprised. Stellar, way down. A lot of cash, a lot of profit taking there. Hydra is up 5% over the week, but down right now. It looks like people are taking profit. WealthCoin, 22. Uniswap, 24. Pepe, Litecoin at 26. Those are the top coins of the most highest relevancy. Let's take a look at the good old time chain calendar to find out what kind of deal are we going to get on our Satoshis today. 983 Satoshis for $1. Isn't that wonderful? So each Satoshi is worth almost 1,000th of a cent, right? All right. My cat is here loving me. He wants to be part of the stream, apparently. Fear and Greed, 76. So, yeah, that is, we're still in greed. Not quite extreme greed, but pretty high here, according to CoinGlass. I think CoinGlass is the one that I like the most. They have that chart down here at the bottom. They don't. I got to find the other one. There's another one that shows the top performing. All right, Bitcoin price prediction. Here we have from coincodex.com. 5-day, not wanting to come up, is 109. 1 month is 116. And then we have a drop in the 3-month prediction. So yes, we are going to get some sort of recalibration potentially. But right now we're bullish. Their chart shows extreme greed actually at 76%. And this is based off of the moving day averages and other charts. Altcoin season. Let's look at altcoin season. 67, we've dropped a little bit more. This is an indication of profit taking at this time. So yeah, we got some people taking profit. Oh, here it is. This is a really cool chart. Look at the Bitcoin going up. If you watch my channel every day, you know that I don't know, a few days ago, a week ago, Bitcoin was way down here. But top performers is HBAR, Horrenda, SUI, ENA, XLM. We've got XRP, Dogecoin, so on and so forth. If you want to check this out, go to blockchaincenter.net. You can see the top 50 performing coins. And these are the ones that are performing better than Bitcoin, of course, until you get to Bitcoin. So Kaspa looking pretty bad there. Pretty bad. Maybe that's why my Casper miners, I bought a couple Ice River Kaspa miners, and they bit the dust. So, oh, we got a message. Let's see. Did we get a message? It says top message. Don't see it, though. Let's see. Where's the message? So I will respond hello. And I'm logged in as Radical Rocks on the chat because I'm not able to do the chat while I'm on the stream. So apologize for that, but the Radical Rocks is actually me. Okay, let's continue. Crypto Daybook. Americas. The bull momentum stall ahead of Fed rate cut. So we are seeing that in the charts. A little bit of a stall. We were kind of going up. We've maintained 100K. That's been quite good. We will look at that chart in a little bit. But here is touchy. Here we go. So ETH and Bitcoin here. Kind of, you got ETH ahead, then Bitcoin falls, and then Bitcoin comes ahead, and then ETH makes a little bounce. They both fall. Bitcoin's ahead. ETH makes a big gain, then bam. Now Bitcoin's a little ahead. This is kind of a back and forth game. People like to trade this space here between Ethereum and Bitcoin. So whenever it gets close, if you can guess which way it's going to go, people will bet on that or invest on that. So Omkar Godboli says here that Bitcoin's and Ether's bull momentum has hit a roadblock. The producer price index came in a little bit higher on Thursday, prompting investors to tighten their stance and keep a bid for the dollar, as anticipated, according to him. And then we've seen government numbers, very positive. So yeah, it's the first time that we've seen that in a couple years. The goodest numbers is of what we've had. But the futures remains confidence the central bank will cut rates by 25 basis points next week. And that's pretty much been confirmed by those that sit in those seats. We can pretty much expect that. Those who have a knack for catching the trends remain as bullish as ever. Sentiment has reflected the impressive 64.8 million open interest for active Bitcoin calls on Derive, the leading on-chain options protocol. We've talked about options and how they push the Bitcoin market one way or the other. That's a staggering 6 times larger than the open interest in put options. Either traders are leaning heavily toward calls. Figures from that show that. Okay, on top of that, funding rates for Bitcoin, Ether, and Sol on Hyperliquid, prominent on-chain perpetual trading protocol, are positive. They're hovering well under the annualized 50% rate, showing that while sentiment is bullish, the leverage is pretty average, not overly aggressive. The broader market, AVAX, the native token of Avalanche Network, a blockchain, struggled to chew through selling pressure of nearly $55, teasing a double top pattern on the charts. Lackluster price action comes on the heels of Thursday's $250 million fundraise by Galaxy Digital, Dragonfly, and Parify Capital. Keep an eye out for pickup in volatility as the high anticipated Avalanche 9000 upgrade. So basically we could see Avalanche making a run to some new higher highs, creating their layer 1 chain that will go on live December 16th. LQTY, the native token of censorship resistance, decentralized stablecoin lender Liquidity, took a breather near $2.45, having more than doubled value in the past 4 weeks because of a V2 launch over bullish market sentiment. Polygon was not stirred by the proposal suggesting that the DAI USDC and USDT reserves locked in the POS bridge, the equivalent of cash under a mattress, into yield generating strategies. So in other words, we have all these coins that are presenting these yield generating strategies, and Polygon, is limited on that. It's a very low return on investment that you can get from Polygon, from my experience, what I'm seeing on Coinbase. So even though these other ones are offering more, the Polygon is still fairly stable. Lastly, a survey by Vietnam's leading digital assets exchange, Coin68, showed that over half of the respondents reporting profits from their investments last year, and 93.5% anticipating an altcoin season in 2025. Emerging countries in general could see a pivot toward alternative investment vehicles as President-elect Donald Trump tariffs cause fiat volatility that could also motivate local governments to implement capital controls. So that's something we want to watch. Here's other things to watch, according to this article here at CoinDesk. December 13th, NASDAQ announces annual changes to the NASDAQ 100 index. MicroStrategies, the world's largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, is largely expected to be added. December 18th, CleanSpark earnings estimated 18 cents versus the previous $1.02. So probably going to be a drop there. The macro S&P Global Flash US PMI data is released. On December 18th, Federal Open Market Committee, the FOMC, releases its target rate, currently 4.5 to 4.7. The CME's Federal Watch Tool indicates interest rate assigned 96% probability of a 25% point cut. So that's probably going to happen. There's a link on live stream if you want to be there right when that happens. December 18th, Bank of Japan announces interest rate decision. They're usually following the U.S. December 19th, the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis, the BEA, releases third quarter GDP. GDP growth rate estimated 2.8, previously was 3, so that's down a little bit. The the GDP price index 1.5 versus previous 2.5. December 24th, Fed releases November H6 money stock measures report, which I don't really know what that is. So we've got a lot of things going on. Arbitron has a vote to allocate $22 million in Arbitron to cover operating costs for a OpCo. an entry to use and create more structured approach to governance. The vote closes on the 19th. Polygon evaluating governance proposal deployment of 1 billion of its stablecoins to generate a yield. So I'm sure some people would like that money. Unlocks Axie Infinity, unlocks $6.4 million worth of tokens December 13th, representing 0.552% of circulating. Starknet will unlock 45 million worth of tokens on December 14th. SEI will unlock $49 million worth of tokens on the 15th. Some token launches from Binance, a data sovereignty platform, VANA, VANA, release token on the launch pool starts December 16th. Lots of conferences there, token talk and such, if you want to check that out. Derivative positionings, market movements, all kinds of things. If you go to CoinDesk and you want to check that out, pretty thorough. You've got some performance charts, technical analysis, crypto equities, EFT flows, spot Bitcoin inflows, 595 million, cumulative net inflow 35.4 billion, total holdings 1.121 million, spot ETFs inflows 273.7 million. So wow, a lot going on overnight. You can see these are the flows in and out of different coins. Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP doing very well. Some profit taking on Solana and Dogecoin. Chainlink's doing very well. Pepe and Sui, money going in. So these are good things to watch. All these charts, depending on what's going on. Things that happened while you were asleep. Really, really great, great chunk of news there. Let's see what we got here. All right, I did see there was a message, but it's not showing up for some reason. My message is showing up, so if you have any questions, I am responding to the live stream and checking it ever so often if you happen to be on the live stream. All right, miners. These are the mining companies that are mining Bitcoin cryptocurrency. I do mining. I am doing it through a business. I'm doing it personally and just starting to do it through a business. And definitely not not big, very small, very, very tiny little mining operation. But trying to grow it. I have a plan, and I'm working with that. Miners are adopting the same Bitcoin acquisition strategy as MicroStrategy, and guess who else is getting on board? JP Morgan. This is from CoinDesk.com. Will Canny, edited by Sheldon Reback. Yeah, they're hedging their company and their profitability because they want to be traded, right, as a stock, and they're able to do what MicroStrategy is doing and acquire Bitcoin and maybe even buy more, right? So they're financing their businesses via debt and equity offerings rather than selling their crypto reserves. Okay, this should scare you. You should want to start mining something, maybe. Not investing advice. We're just talking shop here. This is why I'm into mining, okay? Because I foresee Bitcoin getting so rare in the next year that you literally can't buy it. You have to mine it. So you could get any miner and mine on NiceHash, and they pay in Bitcoin. So that's one way to acquire Bitcoin. You could buy a small miner, and there are miners that are profitable all year long. Voscoin is a great place to go if you want to see about mining. I will warn you though, he has started using foul language. He typically doesn't drop F-bombs. I have maybe heard a onesie twosie here or there, which is very saddening for me because I like Voscoin a lot. There's my friend Andy. He's very good at mining, and also Red Panda. These guys have been mining for a long time. They've been doing their videos for a long time, but beware, the language is there. They have not sworn an oath of staying clean. If you like more mining information, I am a novice, but at least I'm a voice that you can listen to and get an opinion and maybe get some information on what works, what doesn't work from the stuff I've been doing the last 7 years. Okay, but not a super big. I have not done a lot of mining, but I have mined continually pretty much the last 7 years, since 2017. So the miners take and they save the Bitcoin. They issue, they get debt, they borrow against it, they offer equity offerings. So what they'll do is they'll say, okay, you invest in my company at 0% interest. I'll give you the right to buy the stock at a good rate. So that's what these companies will do. They, as long as the business is going up and successful, they look at this as a good strategy. They will borrow money, and that allows them to buy shares at a certain price. And then the company can sell off their shares instead of their crypto. JP Morgan noted the introduction of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the US has given institutional investors a more direct way of gaining Bitcoin exposure than owning shares of mining companies. So, yeah, I mean, if these mining companies are going to be doing this, like MicroStrategy, then that might be a way to add to your S&P, NASDAQ type portfolio. I do invest in MicroStrategy as a disclaimer. I have invested in Grayscale very early on when it was first offered through Fidelity. I did pretty good on it. I sold it just because I needed the money. I was buying a house, and I sold that, and I sold some of my cryptocurrency and used the money to buy a rental house. So it was pretty good. And then Grayscale dropped, the price dropped. So I really totally by accident sold it and made a good profit off of it. It was not my genius. Now the crypto, I did cash that out because I knew that I had gotten a lot. I actually was investing in Matic, now known Polygon. I had done very good. Bought it for a few pennies. It went up to several dollars, and I was able to sell a large stake of that. And I'd only bought a few $100s, and I made like $20,000 off of it. So it worked out pretty good. And you can pick out several coins like that and put a couple $100s in each one, and hopefully if you did your research, one or two will turn out and you'll have one that's maybe 100x or 200x. It doesn't always happen. Not investing advice, but that was my gambling money. But anyway, so back to our subject. I digress. These companies here, they're raising money off of their hash rate, off of their proof of work from the blockchain. So pretty good route. I think this is going to really increase these companies. It says miners such as Mara Holdings, M-A-R-A, have adopted a similar Bitcoin strategy to MicroStrategy called BTC Yielding. Mara owns 35,000 tokens, 3.5 billion, the second largest publicly listed corporation in terms of Bitcoin holdings. The miners aren't alone. Medical device maker Similar Scientific also has been actively buying the world's largest cryptocurrency, now owns $144 million worth of crypto. This is gaining popularity like crazy. This is going to push Bitcoin up to the moon. If the U.S. starts buying Bitcoin and has a huge reserve of Bitcoin, and then other countries start to jump in on this, man, I mean, we could easily see Bitcoin go to $1 million or 250, beyond $250,000. We could see that happen this year potentially. If this snowballs like it looks like it's going to, I mean, my high projection, and not investing advice, we're just talking shop here, but I just look at the past all-time highs during each 4-year cycle, and you know, it usually triples at least. So from one all-time high to the next. So I projected, the last time we had 69,000. So I just take 60 times 3, that's 180,000, and I go, that's what Bitcoin could do. That's what I expect Bitcoin to do this cycle, at least. So that was my prediction a long time ago, years ago, and I'm sticking with it. But that may be way, way, way too small of a prediction. But that's okay. I'd rather be wrong the other way. I'd rather guess that the all-time highs are a lot less and that they turn out to be a lot more. There'll be a lot more happy people. So Will Canny here, who writes about this, is an experienced reporter, demonstrated history working financial services, covering crypto, beat as financial reporter at CoinDesk, and he owns a lot of Solana there. So if you hear him talking about Solana, he's going to be a little positive on that for sure. Good for him. All right, Cointelegraph, here's the news. And I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All right, so it shows here that I have another message, but I am not seeing it. Why? Why? Would be nice. It should show up right here. Okay, if you have any questions and you want to join in the chat, okay, yes, all right. We do have someone. Real Freedom, I am answering as Radical Rocks. So that is me, Radical Rocks. I will say hello to you now. Okay, what does real freedom mean? I want to know. What does that mean to you? What does real freedom mean? Is that a Bitcoin reference? Is that a biblical reference? Is that a conservative American reference? What does real freedom mean? Please tell me. I want to know. Be bold. I believe in freedom of speech. Okay, Cointelegraph. France completes a blockchain repo transaction. Sounds like a government coin. Amen. Hallelujah. Christ is Lord. Love it. Love it. All right, somebody's trying to call me. I don't need that. All right, good for you, Real Freedom. Love it. Amen. That's what we need. Bitcoin is not going to give us freedom. You might be able to make some money off of it, but it's not going to give you freedom. Only Christ Jesus our Lord will. All right, this is not a religious channel per se, but I am who I am. Bitcoin investor jailed for unreported crypto gains. $4 million. Hey, you got to pay your taxes, man. You got to pay your taxes. Give Caesar's things to Caesar. If he asks for tax, pay it. Don't try to sneak around it. It's not worth it. Don't be sneaky. They will catch you. All right. Price analysis, if you want to check that out, you can check that out. We got our main topic, when to sell Bitcoin. We're getting into that in just a minute. Okay, Japanese lawmakers. Satoshi questions government plans for Bitcoin reserves. So here's another country gonna spend money on Bitcoin. It's going up. It's going up. In the words of Michael Saylor, it's going up forever, Laura. When he was interviewed, they asked him what he thought about Bitcoin. When is it going down? He said it's going up forever. Of course it goes down sometimes, but he means overall. Ether Fractals target 5K. Avalanche raises $250 million. Avalanche is going to go up. That's not financial advice, but that's, if you want a side bet for something that might 2x over the next 6 months to 9 months, that would be a good one. Okay, and it might even 3x. I would say it could even 5x. But you know what? Don't get greedy, right? If you'd like to see it 2x, and you think it's still going to rise, then maybe take out 10% or 25%. So if you invest 10, if you buy 10 Avalanche, and or let's say you put $100 in there, and all of a sudden it's worth 200. You could take 100 out, and now you got 100. You could watch that rise. If it doubles again, that's all free money. And if it all goes to zero, well, you got your $100 back. Okay, not investing advice, but the market will come down. It will go down 90+% when it's over, and the altcoins will go like this. They call it a falling knife. A falling knife. You cannot catch a falling knife. You will cut yourself. AI meme coins will become utility tokens by Alex O'Donnell. It could be some of them, not all of them. Most of them are junk. They're going to go to zero. Coinbase faces billion-dollar lawsuit over wrapped Bitcoin delisting. We'll see how that works out. I don't know what a Cointelegraph accelerator is. I'll have to look into that. There's your price analysis by Rakesh Upadhyay. All right, let's look at our main topic, and then we'll go back and look at the charts, because I love the charts. All right, Bitcoin analysis. Cointelegraph, William Subberg. Here's the metrics. When it hits 4%, a particular metric, let's take a look at it. If you're betting on CryptoQuant, he's been around for a long time. This only came out within less than 24 hours. It says Bitcoin hodlers should start selling Bitcoin aggressively once realized profits reach a milestone, analysts say. QuickTake Block says on December 13th, on-chain analysis platform CryptoQuant told readers to watch the portion of Bitcoin in supply loss. Bitcoin supply in loss. Supply in loss can drop 50% before a sell signal. Bitcoin bull markets have a habit of ending when supply profitability crosses a certain threshold, said CryptoQuant. Reviewing the last bull market, which reversed in late 2021, On-Chain Edge said the supply profitability signals were in place for many months. When the Bitcoin supply loss goes below 4%, you should start descaling aggressively out of Bitcoin and wait for the next bear market lows, according to the accompanying commentary. You could do that. I know when Bitcoin's going up sky high, I typically buy very little Bitcoin. Very little. But I'll still buy it. And I'm mining it every day. So technically, I am buying it. I'm trading my electric bill for Bitcoin. And I try really hard to mine a little bit more Bitcoin than what I pay in power. And I'm doing that. Even if it's just pennies, I make extra. Okay? It's making my money last. And, you have to pay off your mining equipment and all that. I know that. If you can pay off your mining equipment in a year, you're actually doing pretty good. All right. So, On-Chain Edge was referring to an investment technique called dollar cost averaging, DCA. That's the practice of buying Bitcoin with a set amount with another asset such as fiat currency at regular intervals. Now, dollar cost average could be that you just automatically are buying Bitcoin every week, every month, every 2 weeks, every day. I do it a little differently. I do it when I feel like it. I'll look for a little dip during the week, and that's when I might buy it, if I'm ready to buy Bitcoin within a week. Or I might just buy it right that second, depending on if the prior week was a higher or a lower. Or if I just don't have the time and I just want to add a little bit more Bitcoin. We call it stacking stats. Stacking stats. Stats are Satoshis. A Satoshi is when you take a Bitcoin and you chop it up into 100 million pieces. Each piece is a Satoshi. If you were in here earlier on the stream, you know that you can buy less than 1,000 Satoshis for $1 US. All right. So to avoid the volatility and subsequent comeback of the characteristics of 2021 and protect your profits, February was arguably the time to begin selling Bitcoin via dollar cost averaging, selling as opposed to buying, reducing exposure. Why below 4%? It means a lot of people are in profit. It's a peak bull run phase. The post continued. Here's the chart of the moving averages of the 2021 cycle here. And you can see this drop. Here they go. Right around February, when the blue was minus 4% supply loss. Okay. There it is. So you got your supply loss in blue, it looks like. And then the red. Well, they're pointing to the red. So maybe the red is the supply loss. Minus 4 supply loss, start selling. So there you go. Bitcoin well profits still modest. They ignore PPI shock as the whales fuel Bitcoin price to run 102,000. 110 to 120,000 are upside targets. We talked about this yesterday, day before yesterday. If we could push past 103,000, we should shoot up to 110 because there's a lot of, if we can get, there's also a lot of people who are longing the market at 105,000 is what we were up. The numbers were day before yesterday and yesterday. So if we go the 103 and we blast past it, we will probably blast past, we won't stop at 5, okay? We've already hit 103, 104, and we'll go look at that in just a minute. We've already hit that, but we will blast past that probably to the 110, 120, okay? So speculative investors tend to react more suddenly when the Bitcoin price moves, analyzing unrealized profits among Bitcoin whales, while fellow crypto quant contributor Dark Frost saw little cause for concern. And here's what he says. A quick take post. With the unrealized profit ratio around 1.2 and Bitcoin near 100,000, it indicates that there may still be room for bullish trend to continue in the midterm. Okay? And I'll show you the charts and tell you what I think is happening. But there it is. Whales unrealized profit ratio. So there's a lot of profit to be taken. Everybody, when you hear that everybody's in profit, that means people are going to start taking profit. Look at this, 160K by 2025. There's my price prediction right there. That has been my price prediction for a long time. We got to go look at that. I did not notice that the first time. Okay, another Cointelegraph, Zoltan Vardaya. He tells us here, I love this. This is my price prediction right here. Fueled by improving macro conditions, interest rate cut may help Bitcoin finish the year at record-breaking levels. Bitcoin's price may surge to 160,000 in 2025 by improving macro conditions, easing global monetary policies, according to a report from crypto services provider Matrixport. So that's their thing here. The European Central Bank lowered its key interest rates by a quarter point to 3% on December 12th. You know, when the M1 money supply goes up, when M1 money supply goes up, Bitcoin goes up. And M1 money supply, there's the US money supply. That means we're printing more money. The global money supply is also what makes Bitcoin go up. And that has been happening big time. People's Bank of China decided to cut benchmark one-year lending rates to 40%, 40 basis points rather, to 5.6% on November 21st. First rate cut in more than 2 years. Jag Cooner, head of derivatives at Bitfinex, noted the global trending of easing interest rates will drive investors toward non-risk assets or risk-on assets, non-risk, yeah. Lots of risk with Bitcoin. Risk on assets. The dual easing could spur capital flows into risk-on markets, including crypto, combined with traditional optimism seen in December markets, may fuel a potential Santa rally, driving Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies higher as investors allocate more capital into the space. So some people are going to want to beat. They're going to want to beat all the people who are betting that are going to be investing after January, because a lot of corporations they're not going to start investing until after the first of the year. Their money's already accounted for. They're all going to be jumping on board with Bitcoin and ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, things like this. So here's your 1 month chart. Federal Reserve's decision on the 18th. Well, they're already projecting that it's more than, I think it was like 68% odds from the federal estimates that it's going to happen. So pretty cool. There's an executive summary here. Projections indicate Bitcoin could reach over $160,000 by 2025, according to a report shared by Maxiport December 13th post. He says our projections indicate that Bitcoin could reach 160,000 in 2025, representing a 60% upside. The target aligns with sustained demands for Bitcoin ETFs, evolution of the microenvironment, expanding global liquidity pool. I mean, we are going to see some huge gains unless we go into World War III. So Democrats, or I don't even know that it's Democrats. I don't want to say that, but the ruling oligarchs in our country, because I don't think it's just a party. I think it's the elites. They just seem bound and determined to push the world toward more and more war, to enrich people, and to take power and control, and to reduce the population, whatever reasons. I got to be careful the way I talk, because sometimes I think I say certain things and then they start, kind of hiding my channel, because I'll start to see all kinds of increases in subscriptions, and then I'll say some kind of critical things, and then I notice it just stops. My subscription rate drops to nothing. It's crazy. That happened to me a few days ago. Like the subscription rate, I was getting 3-5 subscribers every single day, and all of a sudden went to 0. I didn't change anything major. All I did was I put out kind of a scathing video on kind of the government and the control and stuff like that. And next thing I knew, man, this happened to me before. This is why, when I was making these videos back in 2018, 19, 20, and then they started shadow banning everybody and demonetizing, and you couldn't find your own videos, and they started telling you got to remove this video. Then you had a video that was removed for you. I was just like, I was so upset, like, what did I say? Nothing crazy, nothing. Yeah, they're treating everybody like there's Alex Jones because they don't have faith in, the government or something. It's just silly. Bitcoin prints record 40% monthly candle as price crosses 99K. Oh yeah, we're going to see some $10,000 candles. The CEO of Crypto.com warned the crypto market need to deleverage Bitcoin before it can breach 100,000, nearly a month before it crossed the 6-figure price tag for the first time. So pretty cool. All right, let's go back and look at the charts. We got time. I got a low battery on my phone. No big deal. Any questions from the chat? I am open on the chat. If you have a question, if you have a comment, you have a coin you'd like to talk about, feel free. I don't engage in the chat very often, so this is one of those moments where you can get someone to kind of share your ideas with, or maybe get an opinion, ask a question, get it answered. That's always nice. All right, so if you have been following me, I am very interested in the market capitalization. That is the total amount of money This is in all the listed coins that we see here. Hopefully I can get this up. Take a second or two because it's snowing and well, not really, barely snowing. Okay, so this is the total global currency right here. Here you are looking at, let's look at the 24-hour. That looks flat, maybe up a little bit. I would say that is up. That's a good sign. 7-day, down. Not a good sign. 14-day, up, I'd say. 1 month, up. 3 month, I would say it's mostly up. We're getting a little down slope. And then max, there's this cup and handle that's trying to form. This handle should go up to 5 trillion at least. At least. Look at this. You see, if you look right where I have this is the beginning of the cup. Cup goes over to here. Here's the cup, and this is the handle. And then you had this jump. So from the cup and the handle, so we hit it at about back in 2021. We hit, it's not telling us the Bitcoin price. This is the whole capitalization. We hit a 2 trillion, right around 2 trillion. And then we jumped up after the handle to this almost 3 trillion. So it jumped almost a third, okay? From the bottom of it, more than a third. But from here, even almost a third. Like 25% jump, okay? From there to there. All right? So if we saw that here, we've got 2 trillion, 2.7 trillion. We were down here at the bottom at 2 trillion. And right now we are at 4. So pretty good. That's it. That's even bigger. I would expect from the bottom of the cup 1.5 trillion to almost 3 trillion. We've got, so it doubled. So we've got 2.1 trillion here. I would expect to see this definitely over 4 trillion. Somewhere between 4 and 5 trillion if it copies what we see, okay, on a low end. So you will hear me talk about a $4 trillion market cap. I don't really think the real altcoin season is here until we see somewhere between $4 and $5 trillion market cap, okay? And then I will be looking at the charts to see if there's a downtrend. As soon as I see a downtrend and I'm in an area of profit, I'm going to start taking profit, okay? That's how I do it. Not investing advice. All right, 24-hour, wow, crazy, right? What do you get out of that? It's definitely on an up trajectory. 7-day, it's kind of even overall. It's too small of a period to really look at the cup and handle formation. 1 month. Okay, so just kind of look at the top of this line, kind of cut across to here. And it could go either way by just looking at this chart, the 1 month. It could go either way, but you see these lows, higher lows, higher lows. So still up market, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. So we should see a higher high. This higher high, okay, so from this low, okay, November 26th to here, December, so we're talking a couple weeks, right? Not even that. Okay, here's this low, here's this low. So if we go a week or two, that puts us right into Christmas, potentially, that we could see a higher high. Based on that, doesn't mean it'll happen. It's just something to look at. 3 month is looking super good, in my opinion. The 3 month looks really good. This actually is kind of a flat spot. When you look at the 3 month, it is increasing a little bit. but it is a flat spot. And yeah, that's looking good. 1 year. Okay. 1 year. It's kind of, hard to tell, but it is an upward trend right now. And then this is our famous cup and handle. Hard to measure some of these other cup and handles, but they are there. Like here's one here. There's a little cup and handle in there. So you're down to 29,000, and then it jumped up to 69. So 29, it doubled. So we are here at a 16,000. It's already doubled. It's already doubled. So this is really a huge cycle that we're seeing. All-time highs. See, if you look at the all-time highs right here. So this is the 2017. We hit like almost 20,000. And then the next one, we tripled. 69,000 was the all-time high. But 60,000, we tripled. So this one, yeah, I expect we are going to see this triple at least. Minimum. Okay. The other thing I look at is when the market starts to hit its new all-time highs, you get a ridge. I'll put this right on where it looks like the ridge is right there on this. So you hit 66,600 on that ridge where there was a drop, and then it shot up to your 16,000. So from that ridge, where I think it is, that's kind of hard scale to look at, it doubled. More than doubled, actually. It almost tripled. Not quite, but almost tripled. Here's the ridge. We've got this, I think I should look at the top of the ridge. So 38,000. The bottom of that ridge is 30. So we did not hit 90,000. Last bull market, everybody was predicting we would hit 90 to 100,000. We didn't hit it. We only hit 69 for a brief moment, 68, 69. So if this is the ridge right here, and we were to double or triple at the bottom, it's usually the top, but if it were the bottom, you're still at my $180,000 to $200,000 price range. Okay. So that's kind of how I look at it. I'm about ready to wrap this up. No questions? Anybody got any questions? What do you want to know? I will tell you what I know. I won't tell you what I don't know, but I will tell you what I know. All right, please like and subscribe. If you want a Word document on how to be safe, I have you covered. Free of charge, no strings attached. Email me at bitcoincryptonewsonline@gmail.com. I will send that to you. If you're interested in my book, look at the link. If you're interested in our social media, check out the links. Thank you. That is all. I'm out.